Hello everyone, back with another video, transmitting live from here, Volvo 3K.
Si Optimum Pride! Si Optimum Pride though.
Found another problem with my old car and I'm gonna fix it. Pretty easy, simple and very cheap. And it's not gonna be cheap because I'm getting cheap and not spending money. It's just, it's a cheap problem to fix. And it's bound to happen sometimes in like 8-10 years of old cars that are, with fuel engines. So let's dive into it. So I will get into the problem very quick, but first let me tell you a small story. So yesterday I took my car to an MOT center and get the annual tests done to my car just to make sure it's in proper order, and is the law as well. You need to have these tests once a year. Took the car there. I thought it's just me, but the engine was a bit too hot. Let it in the parking lot till like I paid the bill, and while I was walking towards my car just to drive it back home, I noticed a small puddle underneath the car. So I checked my car under the bonnet and this is what I found. Also, because of the pressure that was in this hose, for example, I'm not sure if you can see it, but it got caught around here and here, look, and water was leaking out of it, like was shooting that way. So I was thinking about two different things. One is the head gasket blown, which will be very expensive and time consuming, and also I really can't afford having my car sit because I need it daily. And the second thing was I thought it might be just a thermostat. Checking if my car was leaking, water, coolant along with oil from the engine. I realized there's no oil in the coolant in the leaking, so I thought, yeah, that's a good sign, and the head gasket is quite okay. So now I'm going to buy a thermostat. Coffee break. So I was lucky enough to find a bottle, of 5-liter bottle, filled it with water, filled the cooling system with water as well. I knew it was not gonna hold on till I get it home, like 7-8 miles of driving, but I used a small trick just not to overheat the engine, and that was the AC. Took it all the way up to the maximum temperature and maximum fan speed, and I blasted the heat the whole way back. Now I will have to replace the thermostat that sits inside of this housing. So all I'm gonna have to do is take these two bolts out, take this cover off so I can reach 1 and 2 bolts, take the housing off, get that thermostat out, replace it. This is just for showing purposes. This is not the one that is gonna go in there. I'm gonna put the new one on and screw everything back on, and that will be it. So like I said, it's quick, easy and cheap. Like for example, the thermostat is like 5-6 pounds on any car parts store.
To the system, I don't wanna be a slave. I've been doing shit my way, or the highway. And in the driveway is a nice range, cause I grind through the climb, I invite pain. You'll never hear me, bitch, nah, I don't complain. Just gotta flip the switch and you can go and obtain anything you want, anything you need. Your mind's got the key ingredient, it's belief. They're deceived with the negativity, but I just slide right by that energy. Even when you feel low, you can still go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no, man, I still go.
So much temperature, like heat, goes through this housing here, and it's aluminium, and these bolts will get, you know, very tight in here. So one thing you should worry about is taking them out without stripping them, and you're gonna find this one very tight, but is way easier to unscrew it than that one. So when you want to unscrew it, make sure you used this, and like for longer this tail will be more leverage, you'll have to unscrew that bolt and in the right angle without stripping it. Be careful because the water is going through this system. Be careful when you pull this, the screws off, and put that away. This is the thermostat. Wow, this is how it looks like, and I'm gonna have to struggle a bit to get it off. So this is the difference between the VOLVO part and the universal one. This is the thermostat that my VOLVO had, yeah, and this is a universal one. So you see it's quite longer than it should be, and it's a bit narrower. The diameter of this is a bit smaller than what actually needs. I did try to use this thermostat from my other car, but this is pretty battered. I think is worse than the one I have. Quick notice, maybe a lot of people will know this, but even more people will forget. Don't try and do this while the engine is very hot. Just wait for it to cool down, like until it's cold, and then do this job, because I mean it's pretty much straightforward. It's easy to do, anyone can do it, but not when the engine is very hot. So just wait until that cools down. Then if you don't want to do what I did, just get a bucket or something, put it underneath the car, and hopefully this was helpful for anyone trying to do their own things with the cars. So right now I'm gonna screw back those two screws, then put the cover on, screw these two screws, and that's pretty much it. Don't forget, leave a thumbs up or comment, or press the notification bell, subscribe, and see you in the next video. Bye.